Someone in my German class had a birthday today, so his friend suggested that we sing. So everyone started singing the song in German. But my teacher stopped us and said that a lot of Germans just sing it in English. So he made us sing the song in English, but with a German accent. I'm crying because that's actually just what we do. Just gonna say this. If someone has social anxiety and they ask you something akin to "Are you mad at me?" or "Do you hate me?" it isn't because they don't trust you. It's because their brain literally tells them that all the time. It's not a personal slight. It's insecurity caused by mental illness. Thanks. Take note. You know what's a million times more exciting than a random plot twist that comes out of nowhere? A plot twist that was foreshadowed by things you didn't realize were foreshadowing at first. Nothing makes me go absolutely bananas like the feeling of seemingly unrelated thing was foreshadowing. After high school you discover you were friends with a lot of people only because you saw them 5 days per week. Pretty much Stockholm syndrome. Every lesbian I know loves pirates. What's with that? Open chested shirts and siren immunity. Given the definitions of the noun beep and the verb to boop, then to hit snooze on your alarm is to boop the beep, and the act of so doing is a beep boop. Yeah, okay, I hate this website. I love this channel. This guy just reviews and picks different locks in a very unbiased, low energy way, and every time he gets one open, there's 100 comments of people just roasting the hell out of the lock. The fingerprint padlock with a literal open switch. Pavlet. It was probably harder getting it out how the packaging. You know the lock is bad if the video isn't longer than 2 minutes. I'll stick to using my collection of bread ties. Should we call this a lock? Really? The Cap'n Crunch plastic treasure chest lock toy I got back in the 90s was more secure than this thing. They should have just programmed this to open to the words "Open Sesame." Would have made it harder to get into. Might as well just use a cable tie. You're gonna post this and not tell people the channel name? Lockpicking lawyer is fking great. He also does destructive entry things that I love. Nothing is secure. Till the euro currency was designed featuring imagery of fictitious bridges to represent architectural stylings throughout time in Europe, also serving to not feature one country while discriminating others. The Netherlands then built the bridges anyways. OLMAO. My currency now. People who tell me I shouldn't drink lava. The media. People who lie. The media. Conclusion. I'm going to drink lava. I'm a geologist with no association to the media, and I would not recommend drinking lava. Get a load of big geology trying to oppress the voice of the people. Teach the controversy. Drink the lava. I didn't learn about this in driving school. Stop says the red light. Go says the green. Wait says the yellow light, twinkling in between. Kneel says the demon light, with its eye of coal. Soren knows your license plate and stares into your soul. I almost died once while on a wacky adventure with my grandpa. No way. Me too. If you're one of those public speakers that say, "Good morning," oh, come on, we can do better than that. Good morning. I automatically do not like you from that moment on. Do it. I checked this blog to see what other suggestions there were, and there were none. Now that I look closer, the URL does say suggestion singular, so I don't know what I expected. White cranberry strawberry flavored juice drink with another juice from concentrate. There is another juice. Why are there so many words? I don't have a train of thought. I have 7 trains on 4 tracks that narrowly avoid each other when the paths cross, and all the conductors are screaming. A thesis by Chidian Aganai. I'm so lucky to have a butler, and also an anti-butler, who undoes all the tasks that my butler does for me. We can't all be so fortunate. Junji Ito. Boy, that sure is some creepy pasta. This is my lunch. It was made for me. Does anyone ever do the opposite of dissociate? where you're just suddenly and uncomfortably aware of your situation and reality. More to the point, why do I get that feeling when I'm sitting on top of my kitchen table, watching a Velveeta mac and cheese pack spin in the microwave for 3.5 minutes, and I'm just like, I exist, I'm here, and there's nothing I can do about it. When you roll an at 20 on perception, but there's nothing to perceive. Okay, this one wins. Everyone can stop reblogging this now. You really think Earth gonna let us kill her? I know for a fact that B will wipe us out and start over like we never existed. Good for her. I just had a realization. Vegeta knows what clown means. Saiyans had clowns. Yes, at least one. His name is Vegeta. Everybody. Who? Bring your biggest muscles over here and punch this guy on screen. Who Jackman? Quietly. I just want to sing. In 7th grade, our teacher made us submit an essay into a competition, sponsored by a drug-free campaign. The essay basically had to be about how drugs are bad, and our pledge to never do drugs. My friend won first place out of the entire district, and the reward was a check for $40 to be used towards college. The check was written so that it couldn't be redeemed until 2017, the year we graduated, and my friend just now cashed it. She then proceeded to buy 7 grams of weed with her drug-free essay prize money. Now that is big PP energy. Pull me into a bathroom at a party and tell me how bad you want me. Then F me, outside the bathroom, waiting for these two to stop f***ing so I can pee. Hey, did I ever share with you guys the absolute funniest thing I have ever seen a fic description lead with? An AU, where humans and wolves live in the same world. Domo head, Splatoon community. I wish squids were real. Fun fact. I was born on Friday the 13th, and I weighed 6 pounds 6.6 ounces. Nice. I found my birth record. See? My mom literally told me that she f***ing told the nurse if creepy sh started happening in her hospital room, she was gonna give me up for adoption. Are you missing a toe? Also, being a scientist pretty much gives you a free pass to be as eccentric as you want. Like you'll be at a conference, and it's like, is that guy wearing socks and sandals and plaid pants? Yep, but he was on the team that discovered gravitational waves. Let him be. I once saw a highly respected mineralogist take a slice of watermelon, put it between the two halves of a bagel, and eat it like a sandwich. When you're a kid and you're feeling weird and detached and you fall asleep in the late afternoon with school clothes still on and you wake up and it's dark and dinner is almost done and time feels like a thick jelly. In this world it's milk or be milked. It's really not. Offensive ad. Why am I seeing this ad? Repetitive. This ad overheard my conversations. Invasive ads. Do you have a dog or cat? Me, I don't know. I got a suspicion everyone got a secret hoard of something they keep hidden from their friends. If it's shoes and makeup, or like teacups, that's fine and all, but once I went to my buddy Mike's house, and well, I knew him for years since like f***ing 2006. We talk non-stop. Used to be my BFF of the year and whatnot. Yeah, whatever. I hop to get something from his basement once, and I turn on the light, and it's littered with not a handful, but at least 20 handmade doll houses with little trees and paint jobs, and everything made from wood he harvested from his father's construction company. All he missing is furniture and little people. Like F. That f***ed me up so bad, but that's not the point of my story here. See, it didn't f with me as much as after I visited my not so much anymore friends house in 10th grade, and she had a collection of her friend's hair, and she asked me for a snippet because she never had blue before, and I went home and blocked her number. Anyway, she just messaged me on Instagram 30 minutes ago, and I had to sit in my kitchen in the dark for a while, just thinking about how scary it is to know people, but not know them at all. Here's some pics, cause I love his little houses. They just took me by surprise, cause he ain't seem like the type Mickey, you got pics of her little houses? Spooky pause. Why does he call you Spooky Paws? Oh, it ain't me. I bitched to him that he got like 0 fking people living in his fking basement village. So he was all, then fking buy me some? So I went on a miniature dollhouse website and bought him his first citizen, and he laughed, cause it was this little motherfucker. Spooky Paws. If you look closely, he's the black dot in the first pic in front of the White House. Will the right stop making propaganda? That sounds so fking cool. The socialist states of the Green New Deal. Is this supposed to sound bad? It was hard to read in the screenshot, so I found it and blew it up. Borgie pigs being fed to the sharks. We never said what would eat the rich. I legit don't see a problem with any of this. Am I supposed to be mad about what? Weed? Healthcare? Unions? Trains? Mfing pirates? Yo. Anal Thrasher 69. All they want to do is manipulate young girls. If I were you, I'd wake up and smell the violation. Dude, you're talking about violation, yet your name is Anal Thrasher 69. MMHM. I ask consent before I thrash anuses. Anal Thrasher 69 is a good person. Me, after me eat cookie. Thank you. Next. YTF is this so funny, lol. Finally, some good social media management. I just alternate between maybe I'm smarter than I give myself credit for, and maybe I'm dumber than I realized. Maybe it's Maybelline. Fun fact. I knew this girl from camp who had a British accent, but she wasn't from England, and then one day I went to her house, and her parents didn't have a British accent either, so I asked her where she got it from, because I was really confused, and she told me her parents faked it until she was 7, because they wanted a child with a British accent. Done. It's really easy to think everyone in fanfictions is so stupid. No one IRL is this bad at communication. But honestly, people who say that have never looked at r/relationships. My best friend, 20M, asked me, 20M, out. I said yes. I didn't know it was a date. If I were a doctor and someone came to me to have a pickle rector removed, I wouldn't charge them. It would be inhumane for me to make them go on like that. I'm sorry, the doctor made you pay for the removal, but you don't need to subtweet him. All my followers do is own me on every post I make. Yesterday I went to dinner to catch up with my buddy from the math department, and he told me this story about how he ran the city marathon in 2 hours 59 minutes. That's an amazing time. He was 19th out of thousands. He was doing pretty well for the first half, but then his ankle started to hurt. He slowed down for a bit, but then this girl he passed before passed him, and he started overthinking whether or not it was awkward to pass the same person multiple times, and, like, what if they small talked about it? He decided it was better to pass her and stay ahead, so he picked up the pace. A few miles later, he fell in with 2 dudebras who started talking to him. Not pleased to find himself in the company of dude brothers, he pulled ahead once again. This continued for a while. Every time he got close to a group of other marathoners, his social anxiety kicked in, and he ran faster because he felt nervous being near people. TLDR, a mathematician ran a record marathon to avoid making small talk with randos. He introverted his way into qualifying for the Boston Marathon.